After finally arriving late to the city of Ambervale, Thorbo, Gabbo, and Ximbaxel were greeted by a hotel employee offering them a room paid for in full by their future employer. The three adventurers awoke the next morning being given instructions on how to open a small dimensional portal using a handkerchief they were given. Now the adventurers have stepped through the portal into some sort of interdimensional nexus to meet with the commander. The three of you, I have a small, important, very important mission for you. As you know, Ambervale has a lot of coming and going from various vessels of travel. In approximately 2.5 hours, there will be an air barge that departs, carrying a large group of pedestrians to the refugee city Cloudhaven. There, an individual upon this vessel will exchange a very important item, and we can't let that happen. We need to possess this item to secure future pages down the road. So, what I'm requesting of you three is to travel aboard this ship in disguise, swap out the item, the briefcase in question, with a duplicate briefcase of exact same dimensions, style, aesthetics in general, without being noticed, and then return here back on the other air barge and bring it to me. Simple as that. No fighting zombies. No killing, nothing. Just avoid being caught, and you will be compensated thoroughly.
Cool.
Sound good?
And we get 100 gold for starting?
100 gold for starting, 200 gold upon your arrival back here with the briefcase.
Sounds good to me.
If this
Very
is
good.
so simple, why aren't you doing it?
Yeah.
I have many, many important matters. It is rather simple, and it's rather important.
What are you going to be
However-
doing while we're doing that?
Well, aren't you ambitious? I have
No.
many other tasks. Okay? I have many other tasks that need to be handled and
Such
maintained
as?
and watched. Well, I cannot go into the specifics of it at this time. Although I do trust you and I am happy to employ you, certain things need to be left discreetly, as is the nature of this business. I imagine you three would understand
pooping.
this. Yes, I'm going to be taking a 2-day-long shit. I've been stocked up for about a month, and it's got to be hitting
That's
any
what I
moment
thought.
now. Fine. Are you happy?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yep.
Okay. So he, to his right, he has a bag. It is a bag a grandmother would carry. It's floral print. It has a wooden handle, and it's very dusty and old and ragged looking. And he opens it up and turns to you and says, "Hey, watch this." And he pulls out a briefcase that is actually larger than the bag he pulled it from. And he pulls out a cane, pulls out a wig, pulls out a baseball cap, another wig, a couple sets of clothing, and all of the contents that was in this bag probably takes up 5 or 6 times the actual volume of this bag.
A baseball
He said,
cap.
"This is baseball." Yes, yes. You
What's
know,
baseball?
Yes. Yes, from the ancient city of Base, they would have
Ace of Base?
competitions. Yes, the Aces of Base, the mighty gladiators, also known as Aces, would
I remember I
have
saw the
contests
sign.
of rolling up spherical rocks up a steep mountain, and whoever got the highest would win. However, the sun would get in their eyes, so this brim helps keep the sun out of their eyes as they were rolling up the mountain. Now it's just used and worn by kids.
Wow.
Oh.
Good job.
Fucking
Have you ever
Uh,
thought about turning it the other way?
Don't be
Whoa,
preposterous.
whoa. What are
Why
you
would you
doing
need to
there?
block the back of your head
Ooh,
from
what
the
if it's
sun?
sideways?
What, are you afraid of your ears getting sunburned? What would be the means for this? Why?
Fashion, baby.
Fashion babies, yes. Yes, of course. So he goes into detail about your mission. He goes into detail about your covers as well. So, Gabbo, your cover is Blanche Barrelgood. He gives you a large,
How'd you come
like
up with
platinum.
that last name?
Yeah, very creative, right?
Yeah.
A platinum blonde wig, a large sun hat, some glasses, and a cane. And he actually gives you the bag everything came out of as well. Thorbo, your alias is Jummy Thompson.
Of course.
You are playing Blanche Barrelgood's grandson that she's taking to see the sights of the world. Because Blanche is a halfling, you'll have to be playing a halfling as well, and he hands you a pair of large shoes to cover up your gnomish feet, a set of children's clothes, a red wig, and a baseball cap.
So why are we in disguise? No one knows who we are.
Yes, the documents required for traveling upon these vessels are very stringent. I had to take pre-existing documents for you to travel, and you're taking on the identities of 3 pre-existing individuals.
So there's someone called Barrelgood.
Yes, Blanche.
Blanche Barrelgood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blanche Barrelgood.
Okay.
That's a
Fine.
Barrelgood.
hmm And then Ximbaxel, your cover is Marcus Plains. You are Blanche's caretaker. He gives you a set of orderlies' clothing, a briefcase, the briefcase that needs to be swapped out with the identical briefcase on the ship, and just like a clipboard and a notepad for taking notes as you would maybe as a caretaker. He goes in detail about the mission itself. He says there is 4 levels of the ship. Only the second and third level are accessible by the general public. The bottom level is for cargo and maintenance, and it's kind of like crew's quarters. The third level from the bottom, is for the general public, kind of the coach of the air barge. There's no beds or anything. It's just kind of a big open area with a bunch of benches. The second level, the level you'll be staying on, is the cabins. There's a number of cabins that you can rent out, generally for the more wealthy individuals. And you 3 have 1 booked. And that's where the other briefcase should be. One of the other passengers on the second level should have the briefcase as a carry-on, and it should be somewhere on that level, either in their possession, in their cabin, or somewhere. And you are to traverse that level stealthily without raising any suspicion, and then swap them out, preferably right before it docks. That way they have less chance of noticing it's not the real thing, right? And then on the topmost level is the maintenance deck. These air barges use a combination of different technologies. It's basically a giant flat boat with a multitude of hot air balloons up top. And that's where most of that's conducted, again, off limits from the general public, and that's also where the captain's quarters is. And all of it's connected by one common stairwell, all the four levels. I think that's everything. He also tells you that there's a very, very small chance that if it's not on the second deck, the deck with all the cabins, that it was brought to the cargo hole at the very bottom, in which you'll have to be rather resourceful to get down there without being noticed, because you should not be down there. Only employees of the barge should be down there. So he hands each of you these items. He does make note about the grandmother's bag that everything came out of. He mentions that this is a bag of holding. It can hold up to 300 pounds,
Can I hold it?
And it takes no consideration into volume or anything. So you can put your entire backpacks or anything into this and smuggle them aboard without raising any suspicion. Your weapons.
Can I go inside the bag?
You can. However, there is a finite amount of air, and you would have to. You would only be able to not suffocate for a few minutes. Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to go in the bag.
So there's actually rules on this. I can look up the specifics. I think it's 10 minutes divided by the number of
I think
occupants.
it is. Yeah.
Never thought about that.
Yeah. You actually you can do it. It's just very risky because you can just immediately suffocate. Because you're in a little
breaks. I think it.
Then again, it would be hard
as
for
well.
him to like fit in, depending on the bag size.
Yeah. Luckily,
Like he could probably
this is
put
kind
one
of
leg in there.
No, yeah, he could probably. Him being a gnome, he could definitely fit. He could probably fit up to like an average-sized human. Anybody who's bigger than that, someone who's robust, or like an ogre or Goliath or something, they probably wouldn't be able to get in there. They could probably put their head in there, but not their broad shoulders or anything.
Yeah, I imagine you would probably die.
Yeah, probably not. He also mentions one last thing to you. Ximbaxel, Thorbo, in the mausoleum, when that page was exposed, and in between him grabbing it and it exploding out of the monster and him grabbing it, you felt a kind of surge of magical energy. A surge of magical energy that you may have felt a few times before, but have never really been able to explain it. You two are more magically gifted than most. More anybody, basically. You get a lot of your magical abilities just innately.
Yes.
Whereas people like Gabbo or other individuals usually have to study or practice, even if they have some minor innate abilities.
Nerd.
Canonically speaking, or on a meta level, what this means is you two are wild magic sorcerers. So every time from now on, you will have to roll whenever you cast a spell. If you roll a 1, something happens from the wild magic surge table.
Yay.
As long as you don't roll a 1, it won't happen. It can be good, it can be bad. But these godly magics that were imbued into this page have kind of amplified your innate abilities now, and it's causing these moving forward. So, and if you kind of interact with these objects in the future, more of them, different ones, it's likely that the likelihood of wild magic surges happening will increase. So just keep that in mind.
Can I have any compensation for workplace injuries?
Are you insured?
Yes.
No, you're not. You're not insured. Don't lie to me.
Damn it. Didn't even get a deception check or anything.
No. He does mention a program for its more tenured employees, how there's workplace insurance and compensation. But the three of you are freelance, so you do not get such privileges. You're more or less paid interns.
Okay, so
A lawsuit.
what level do you need to be at to get like a paid car and a paid phone and stuff? Yeah.
I don't know.
Does this commander boy have identify? Can I ask him about that?
It's very unlikely. Let me roll. He does not.
Okay.
He does mention to you, though, that most of the shops and things at Ambervale are open, and there might be some available that you could identify such objects for, a price. But he does not have the ability himself, no.
Useless.
So, any other questions about the mission, or any questions for the commander, anything?
What was Thorbo's disguise name again? Jimmy
Jummy.
Thompson.
Jummy Thompson.
Jummy
Thompson.
Timson.
Timson. He's my grandson.
He's your grandson. Yeah.
Okay, and
Different
Marcus is my caretaker. Okay.
Yeah, and the wig for you, Jummy, is a red
Oh,
curly
nice,
hair.
thanks. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can his hat have like the little propeller thing on top?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It does.
Great.
It's 4 different colors, like quadrants.
Thanks,
Yeah.
everybody.
No, I think I'm good with information.
Okay. Yep. So he tells you it boards in about 2.5 hours. He gives you like a rough time for you to go. You'll board. You'll travel. The Cloud Haven's quite far away. It's about a 12-hour ride. So you have a good amount of time, but still be conscious of that there is a finite amount of time. And then they'll dock, and then they'll reboard. You have a round trip, and then just come back with a briefcase before anyone is the wiser. He shakes all of your hands, thanks you, hands you the 100 gold, and tells you to head back up the stairs and to say the same phrase to the handkerchief, and it will collapse. So, and the 3 of you are on your way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. So, are the 3 of you... So you do have some time. Last night you did notice that on the square, there is, like I said, numerous shops that you could peruse today, and you do have a little bit of time. You're welcome to go ahead and get into your disguises now, or you can wait to get into your disguise right before you board. But keep in mind, once you leave here, you're basically checking out of your room, so you won't be able to come back here to change.
I'm not changing until I have to.
Okay.
I feel like Gabbo
Ximbaxel?
would want to change though, just as soon as possible. It seems like his thing.
Yeah. I need to, I need to get into character as Blanche.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna go change.
Others could take
Blanche.
note from you. Blanche. And what about you, Ximbaxel?
I was wondering, can I do some kind of check to like figure out what something would be worth?
Like an item you possess?
Yes.
Yeah, you can. I will say going up to
Like just
a
a
shop.
hunch, I guess. Like,
Yeah, sure.
so I don't go into a shop
Absolutely.
like, okay, I want to sell this, but I don't know what price.
Yeah, it's way undervalued
Yeah.
or whatever. Sure, yeah. Just roll and just give me an investigate check on it.
Okay, I'm gonna do it on the engraved jewelry box.
Sure.
Investigate. 17.
17, yeah. It's very nice. It's a very nice box. You estimate, you see all the gems and stuff, and you notice that they're most likely real. It's actually engraved as well. What does it say specifically? It says, "You're the only one I can trust," and on the underside of the lid, it seems kind of magical. It seems like there's some sort of presence or aura on it, which could be really good or it could be cursed. Not really sure. But yeah, you think it's pretty valuable, probably 15 gold at least.
So I could do an arcana check on it as well, maybe.
You can do an arcana check, yeah.
14.
14. You're not able to discern the specific nature of the magic. You know it's not evil, and you know it probably has to do with something that the contents of its original contents.
Okay.
So
From Old Man Nettles.
You
yeah.
can just hear him.
I like travel. I'm here in Ambervale. What are you folks doing here?
No.
Old Man Nettles is aboard the ship, and he blows your cover. Well, hey, friends.
Okay,
Throw him
so
off the edge.
yeah, good. He can swim. He's half turtle.
He hits on you, Blanche.
Oh no. I'm gonna head down to like the market and see if I can find like a arcanary place, like a magic, someone where I think would have identified basically.
Sure. On your way out of the hotel, the man at the front counter waves you down and says, "Oh, there's complimentary breakfast if you're so inclined." But
I'll grab breakfast before I head out, I think.
Sure. Yeah. You, he kind of motions you back to a back room, and there's a full spread, but there's only like one table. You can notice that it was just for you guys. And it is a selection of teas and coffee, various breads, pastries, some various like breakfast meats, eggs, sliced fruits, anything you can imagine really, but small portions of each, but just a full spread that you're welcome to partake of.
I just fill my stomach with various bits and bobs.
Sure. And whenever you leave Ximbaxel and Gabbo, he motions you down as well. After you get down, you're in the square right now, Thorbo. I say you went ahead and the others will catch up to you. I will describe what the buildings you see in the town square. You see a crudely constructed wooden building with a sign that reads Bodacious Botanicals. A sturdy stone structure with a variety of general wares in the window display. An old leaning building that just says Oddities in a faded yellow paint above the door. A tall but narrow building with an always open sign hung in one window and a bibliophile's welcome in the other. And a posh looking jewelry store with a man in a finely crafted leather armor suit and a hilted short sword standing alertly outside.
Alright. First off, I'm going to head into Oddities.
Oddities.
I agree.
Yep. Are you there with him as well, Gabbo, at this point?
Well, I have to walk a bit slower. Obviously, I'm in character
Right.
now.
Yeah.
I'm not
I have
waiting
to
for you.
I have to hobble along a bit. Oh, you know.
All right. Well, Thorbo makes his way in, and then eventually Gabbo makes his way in about 3 or 4 minutes later. The door creaks, and the whole structure is kind of just tilted, and it gives you just like a little bit of vertigo when you walk in. There's shelves lined with everything. You see a jar of teeth. You see a bunch of bottles of strange liquids, some taxidermied animals, a bunch of old dusty books. I mean, just everything. And there is a young, gaunt-looking man with jet black bowl cut, probably half elven, pale skin, and sunken cheekbones. And he says, "Yes, welcome. How may I help you?"
Hi, do you do identifying here?
Yes, we do.
Right. How much do you generally charge for that?
It is 10 gold per item.
Cool. I've got this iron rod with an amethyst tippet. You want to have a look at that?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. He stares at it for quite a long time without blinking. He's holding it firmly and his hands glow a little bit. And then he maintains eye contact with the item and says, yes. An immovable rod. If you click the gem at the end, the rod becomes fixed in place and ignores the laws of physics and gravity and becomes more or less immovable. Somewhat common, but very useful, perhaps. That'll be
Cool.
10 gold, please.
Yeah, I hand it over, no problem. And I say, is there a refund if it's not magical?
I assure you, it is magical.
No, not that. I mean, something else.
Oh, no, sorry.
Okay, well, I hand over the stopwatch and say, have a look at
I'm
this.
still talking.
I don't care,
the
you're too slow.
gold
I'm not going to deal
partial-
with it.
The
So I hand over
gold
the stopwatch while he's
covers
talking.
partially the materials required to cast such spell.
Okay,
So if
cool.
I cast the spell, I still need compensation.
God, like Zootopia. I hand over the stopwatch for the third time.
Yes. A stopwatch.
Cool.
This
I
is
leave.
rather nice.
I take it back and leave. I pay him though. I do pay him.
We cast a spell, and as his hands are glowing and you jerk it out of his hands, he's like, "No, please, wait, no. I'm sorry, this is normal. Watch."
Yep. I leave. As Gabbo's coming in, just manages to get there, I leave.
The door hits him a little bit.
Jummy?
Who?
Keep in mind, he's not in disguise.
I am, though.
Yeah.
Who's that? I don't know who that is. I just keep walking.
Right, fair enough. Yes, how may I help you?
How much for those
Any
teeth?
day now.
How much for those teeth? I need a new pair.
Yes. A fine collection of goblin baby teeth. That would be 7 copper. He picks it up and rattles it a little bit.
Yeah.
Good for grinding. And
Go on, I'll
adding.
have those, sweetheart. Yeah, that'll do.
Very good. How else may I help you?
That's all for now.
Take your time, look around.
Now I'm going now.
Okay, I'll be here. We close at sundown.
Alright then.
Have a nice day.
I will, thank you.
Thank you.
He's hitting on you.
Mhm. Alright, Ximbaxel, anywhere you would like to go?
Not really.
Gabbo?
Okay.
Thorbo?
Yeah, I'm gonna head to that Biblio store, the bookstore.
Sure.
Shipping Irving's book. I think it means book, right?
Come back here, Jummy.
Don't know who Chummy is.
Yeah, you head in. It's a finely crafted set of double doors with brass fixtures, and they swing open. He's like, yes, welcome to my store. You must be a fan of literature yourself, yes.
Nope. I found this book. What do you think of it? I give him the Alvin Cookbook. Well, show him it. Is it anything? I don't know what this is.
think it's worth reading, as every book is. Yes, he puts on a set of glasses. He's kind of a squat halfling gentleman, balding, probably in his halfling equivalent of late 50s, early 60s. Looks at it, is like, yes, this looks pre-war, elven cookbook, fine recipes here. It's actually engraved at the front. Says Silvestry, yes. Wow, yes. Where did you get this?
I don't know, some cave thing, mausoleum.
A cave. Well, this belongs to the High Royal family from before the war. The Silvestry. They're the high elves of the Forgotten Kingdom up down southwest on the wall. You know, the big wall. Yes. Very valuable.
Do you want to buy it?
To the right individual. Not too many people are looking for fine elven cuisine these days. They're barely making ends meet. I could offer you a mere 2 gold for it.
Nope.
Honestly, that's undervalued, but I wouldn't be able to sell it for much more than that, so...
Alright. You got anything useful that I could just, read and, get extra powers?
Well...
What do books do in D&D? I don't know.
Every book is useful if you set your mind to it. Each one's an adventure and a gallery of experience you can uncover. So yes.
I leave.
Wow. What a bunch of rude assholes, huh? Just leave
Jummy!
without...
Who's just stop following me? What?
I'm just trailing behind wherever he goes.
Oh. Alright, I know Ximbaxel's good. Gabbo, do you have anywhere else you'd like to go?
Yeah.
So there
Besides
was...
following Jummy around?
The only thing I'll do, I'm gonna go out on the street and I'll play a little on my dulcimer.
Yeah, sure. Do you put out like a tip jar or anything?
Yeah.
Are you just kind of
Sure.
unwinding? Yeah, you do? Okay.
Sure, why not?
Sure. Yeah, a couple people walk
and
by.
I'm gonna have like a bunch of my flyers.
Sure. I'll say you even have like a very lightweight collapsible easel with like an artistic rendition of like you playing a dulcimer on it, and it says Ximbaxel the Magnificent live.
Yes.
And give me a performance check.
Or I might suicide. 11.
11? At least average. You're maybe slightly above average. You're kind of maybe thrown off a little bit by, the idea of you starting this new employment. You're being somewhere you probably haven't been before. But it's not bad by any means. A couple people come by. How long do you perform for?
I'd say about 30 minutes.
About 30 minutes? Sure. Yeah, you're able to collect, I'll say, 5 silver and 7 copper in the time while you're out there. Just people kind of walking by. A couple people nod at you, and maybe a couple of them stop for a couple minutes, kind of just appreciate the music. Yeah, it's generally well received. Cool. Anybody else have anything they like to do?
No,
I would like
basically
to
ready.
try... I think I'd like to try and talk maybe to someone...
You get to talk to somebody.
I'm a lonely old lady. No, maybe if anyone knows anything about this vessel, or I don't know, just some
About the ship
local
itself?
knowledge. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so on the other side of the market, the marketplace itself, the square, is actually rather close to the docks because they try to get a lot of travelers come through, and a lot of foot traffic to hopefully go inside the businesses. So you see the docks, you see a lot of workers. I'll say that the commander actually told you the specific dock in the vessel that you're boarding. And you're actually able to see it there, and there is a robust half-orc, probably female, although kind of gender ambiguous, kind of a masculine looking individual with short-cut hair, kind of standing there looking at like a clipboard, with the dock itself kind of guarded off from the general public currently. So if you'd like to approach her, or if you can look for other people.
No. She sounds great. Hello, sweetheart.
Yeah. What do you want?
Is this? I hand over my ticket. I've got.
Yeah. So the name of the vessel is Lady Luck.
Oh, I like it.
And your documents. You hold up your documents.
I'm sorry, my eyesight's not like it used to be. Is this the right one?
Yeah. Come over here. Come over here. She motions you that way. I imagine you shuffle very slowly towards her. She grows a little impatient, but eventually you arrive, and she looks over your documents. She squints at them. She says, "Yes, this is the Lady Luck boarding in about 30 minutes or so. Looks like you're here for a round trip. Up in one of the cabins here."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Very good. We'll begin advanced boarding in about 20 minutes for those on the upper level. You're welcome to come by then. It does say here that you have a couple of fellow passengers join you.
Oh, I do. My sweet old grandson, Jummy. Somewhere back there. I don't know. I always lose him. And Marcus.
You lose your grandson?
Yeah, you know what they're like, running around all the time. Oh, to be young again.
Do you have anyone helping you or anything?
Yes. No, I have my Marcus with me. Oh, what I'll do without him. Marcus, that's right. No. Oh, I'm a widow. Actually.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yes, well, you, Marcus.
Oh, just even thinking about him.
Okay, well, it'll be okay.
I miss him every day.
How recent?
About 20 years ago it was.
Oh!
But feels like yesterday.
Yes. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Yes, we'll be boarding, like I said, advanced boarding in about 20 minutes. If you'd like to return here, if you're able to locate your grandson. And Marcus, you said no weapons aboard the ship. Be sure they have their paperworks as well. And I'll see you then. My name's Mackie Janes, by the way. I'm the chief of security aboard the Lady Luck, and I'll be checking in everyone as they aboard.
Actually, I was just going to ask about that very quickly.
Sure.
Security, is it very good on this ship? I do get very worried. You do hear some horrible stuff on, attacks and robberies, and is it top notch? Is there going to be lots of guards everywhere? And
absolutely. There is more guards, more on the general access, the coach level, because that's where you get a lot more of your ruffian, so to speak. However,
I know the types.
Yes, absolutely. I imagine you would. On the level you're on, I assure you there are guards as well. There is one standing watch at the deck, and as well there's one in the stairwell leading up to and down from the level you're on, to ensure nobody who doesn't have the appropriate ticket and documentation is able to get aboard your level.
All right, well that's good to know. That's lovely.
Yes. Anything else I can help you with?
No one will come up or down from where we are.
Nope, shouldn't be. I see to that myself. I personally do patrols, although I am a lot of times in the employee areas of the vessel to ensure that everything's running in tip-top shape. Security is a very high priority, as you can imagine. So I oversee all the production, so I am on patrol myself. But besides that, no one really should be going up and down, no.
Okay, well that's very good to know. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, it's going to be just like my honeymoon.
Oh, fantastic!
It was a wonderful time with my husband.
I'm sure it was. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm sorry, I'm very busy. All right. Sure. Yeah. Good. Is everyone ready? Thorbo, I imagine you're changing.
I think I'd change. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, where do you change?
Behind a tree.
Behind a tree? Give me a stealth check for behind a tree.
But behind a big tree.
Behind a big tree. Well, describe.
Shit.
Christ.
It's a tree.
Well, my stealth is 3, so 5.
You're 5. I'll say you were smart enough to stand away from security in the docks and things.
Yes.
However, several pedestrians do notice you changing into a set of children's clothing and putting on large shoes. if that's a concern to you. Okay.
That seemed weirder.
Jamie, you little idiot.
Yeah, I'll say, Gabbo, Thorbo, you meet up. Do you change, I assume, as well? There's Ximbaxel.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you changing?
Storeroom.
You've checked out.
I have not checked out.
Yeah. Well, as you would have left, the person at the counter would have asked you.
I leave him no tip
if you were leaving. You what? You leave a no tip? I can say you go back and you can claim that maybe you forgot something in the room or something. If you want to do a persuasion check to the person at the counter.
I'll persuade him that it's still my room.
Okay, sure. Give me a persuasion check with advantage because he's very good friends with Ivy, so he would be more lenient on you. Roll once more for me. Okay. And what's your modifier?
+4.
+4, 20. Yeah. He was like, yes, of course. Go ahead. Absolutely. Take all the time you need. And you're able to go back there and change.
Yes. That was worth it.
Give me. So, do you mind being seen by him as you walk down, not as Ximbaxel?
I would prefer not to.
Okay, give me a stealth check if you like.
Stealth. 14.
Or stealth or deception. Could be deception. Whichever's
15.
higher for you. 15? Yeah. He you don't catch his eye. He's kind of keeping an eye out for Ximbaxel. You're just kind of just an average looking guy, an average looking attire, and you kind of do that thing where you hold up your hand to your face, and he doesn't pay you any attention. So, I'll say the three of you meet up, say 5 minutes before advanced boarding. And that about does it for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for listening. You can find us on YouTube as well as everywhere else you find podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, etc., etc. On YouTube, we are dnd.laserknights.com. Laser Knights is always also a Let's Play channel Sam and I do. Over on Twitter at DUNGEONAUTSPod. You can find all of our information there. Personal Twitters, everywhere we're at, social media, things like that. And that's it. Keep it short and sweet this week. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.